December 28th, 2022. Frank's small restaurant business was going through tough times. Though his food was amazing, he can't find a way to evacuate the situation, and yet he needs to pay the rent, his employees, and other expenses. Then a sudden change happened. Frank was astonished, shaking his head in disbelief. In just 24 hours, everything changed. From 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., the line stretched out the door. The phones were off the hook because of the orders Frank was getting. The next day, the scene was even more insane. Since then, the restaurant has been swamped. For both Frank and King, it was an overwhelming amount of attention. They were cooking from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. with no lunch breaks, no breaks at all. Frank explained. At one point, King had to shut down just to breathe and eat. "What did you do?" someone asked.
In the last 4 months.
It's just been overwhelming. It's been a blessing.
This restaurant has been a dream of mine for 30 years.
From struggling to make ends meet to having a line out the door, it's the power of a genuine review and the love for good food. Behind all of these, there's a person named Keith Lee. It was the magic of a genuine review by Keith Lee. His influence is more than just hype. It's about transforming lives and giving businesses a second chance. Keith's authentic love for good food and honest reviews can turn struggling spots into must-visit destinations. Before his rise to fame, Keith was an MMA fighter known as Killer Lee, but social anxiety pushed him to start making TikTok videos. He'd talk to the camera as if it were a room full of people, even when he only had a handful of followers. This soon evolved into family content with his wife Ronnie and their growing family, documenting their journey from dating to marriage and pregnancy. Keith's love for food and his wife's pregnancy cravings led him to start doing food reviews. As their following grew, making content shifted from a hobby to a necessity, especially after Keith lost an MMA fight in his contract. Picking himself up after that was tough, but it fueled his determination. Keith's social media presence exploded, landing him his first brand partnership with Wingstop. On his second food tour, Keith visited Absolutely Edible Cakes in Dallas after the owner, Nikki, had been pleading for weeks with custom t-shirts and videos.
Keith Lee, where you at? Hurry up, cause I'ma bug you.
Honestly didn't know how serious the Keith Lee effect was. So it's been about 70 days and we're still booming.
She had no clue Keith was outside tasting her food. After his review, Nikki went from barely any customers to lines out the door.
This place, in my opinion, the best dessert I've ever had in my life.
I agree.
Keith's visits have transformed businesses overnight.
He said, "I can't make any promises, but I think your life is about to change." And it did.
Take the pudding lady, Janelle Prater, for instance. She used to throw away unsold banana pudding daily. After Keith's review, she sells out as many as 300 containers a day. Keith's influence has attracted corporate America, but he's selective about partnerships, turning down multi-million-dollar deals to keep his integrity and family at the forefront. Keith and his family are planning to take their food tour to a larger platform, aiming to help more overlooked businesses gain the recognition they deserve. Keith Lee is more than an influencer, so next time you see Keith Lee's name attached to a restaurant review, remember, it's not just a review, it's a game changer, and that's the incredible power of Keith Lee. So, that's how Keith Lee is changing the food game. So now, what's your favorite Keith Lee moment? Let us know in the comments.